I saw this video and it said, could you spend $1 trillion? Now look guys, me personally, bro, if you give me $1 trillion, gang, I mean, I could spend it. I don't know if I'll spend all of it, but I mean, I could spend it really good. Like, yo, if what is the first thing y'all are buying if y'all had $1 trillion, bro? Now, could you actually spend $1 trillion? Let's figure it out, man, on Daki TV.
You just got $1 trillion.
What?
Not a...
I swear I did. Yo! I'm chill, bro. My goldfish just got... No, that's actually disgusting. Yo, my goldfish just got on my keyboard. I just got goldfish particles on my keyboard because I'm getting so happy jumping around with goldfish in my mouth, and I spit some out and it landed up in my keyboard, bro. That's actually really disgusting. Why did y'all warn me this, bro?
You just got $1 trillion.
Okay.
Not a million. Not a billion. A trillion.
Wait, why am I getting so excited at the fact he gave me $1 trillion? He didn't actually give me $1 trillion. Why am I acting like, bro? I be immersing myself too much into things, bro. That's an issue with me, bro. Genuinely.
But there's a catch. You need to spend all of it in the next 24 hours, or you lose everything.
Huh?
This should be easy. First, you need a new car. Go to your local exotic dealership and buy yourself a Lambo.
Okay, now let's be serious here. I don't mean to keep pausing you, right? $1 trillion. If I had to spend $1 trillion, I mean, let's see what you do.
First, invest half in stocks. Second things second, I'd buy a mansion for all my family. Third things third, give 100 million to the homeless. Fourth things fourth, I'd buy every maid in the world and make them take care of all of my dogs that I'd get with the money. Fifth things fifth, buy luxury clothes.
Hey, that's not.
Things sixth.
Okay, you didn't have to tell me everything, eh? That is like anything. But realistically speaking, right? If y'all had to spend $1 trillion, right? Okay, anyway.
Making a bridge to the moon.
A bridge to the moon? That's genius. If you guys don't remember, a couple months back, we made the decision that we are going to steal the moon. But, we haven't took much action upon this decision, right? This is the first way we're going to. We have the $1 trillion. Yeah, I gotta sit down, bro. I just be saying stuff. My bad. I'm genuinely sorry, bro. That's my bad. It's my bad, bro. Let's play this seriously, bro.
First, you need a new car. Go to your local
exotic
dealership and buy yourself a Lambo. And a Ferrari. And a McLaren. You know what? Just buy up the entire dealership. Now, you have the $12 million garage of your dreams. But there's one small problem. In order to spend $1 trillion in 24 hours, you would need to buy out that entire dealership every single second. You need to think bigger. Let's hire 100 people to track down the 100 most expensive yachts and...
What? What if you could buy me? What does that even mean, man?
How much you cost?
This body priceless. This body priceless, baby.
Need to think bigger. Let's hire 100 people to track down the 100 most expensive yachts and buy them for us. And let's throw in $1 million bonus for each mercenary. That'll be around a $40 billion check, but let's also buy the biggest cruise ship of all time for $2 billion and fill it up to maximum capacity, paying for everyone's tickets and tossing in a Rolex too. Let's make use of this ship's basketball court by buying up every single NBA team and having them battle it out. Then let's get Snoop Dogg, Katy Perry, Justin Bieber, and Beyonce to perform for us before sending them off to the International Space Station on a SpaceX rocket that costs $55 million per passenger. Now that you're hanging with rich people, you need a status symbol. You could buy the world's most expensive...
Okay, so the way he's going about this is like he's doing about this like where you're doing a whole bunch of different operations and doing a whole bunch of this stuff, right? The genius, most easy way to do it. When you say, I don't know, he was getting on and on, right? Bro, like someone, you gotta find someone you really trust, like your mom or like someone close to you, bro. Get them to sell something for $1 trillion. Like make them make a piece of art. Get them to sell it for $1 trillion. Spend $1 trillion. Bang! The whole thing, bro. I just debunked, bro. There's not even a point, bro. I just debunked the whole thing. Am I not speaking facts?
My gay homie Movia.
Art piece for $500 million, but why would you do that when you could just buy the entire Metropolitan Museum of Art for $100 billion and then we could go over to...
What?
Transaction failed.
You can't buy it?
There's no way we're already out of money. Yeah, we still have $800 billion. The Metropolitan Museum is an educational institution whose assets are held for the public benefit and are not owned by... You know what? Forget about Behind the entirety of New York City is worth around 1.3 trillion. There
Okay.
are currently 33,210 vacant units available, so let's hire 33,000 people to snatch those up for us. And of course, throw in a 100K commission. But here's something you need to think about. The most expensive real estate purchase in US history was this $240 million concrete brick. That might sound like a lot of money, but you spending $240 million is like an average person spending $60. I think instead of buying houses, you should build a mega project. The sky is truly your limit. You can build your project wherever you want. If there's people in the way, buy them out with your pocket change. Or maybe try the Saudi Arabia method and relocate them into a graveyard. Actually,
That just got real dark. I'm actually listening now. Okay, so you just say start a big project?
This what I'm saying, build a skyscraper to the moon.
That might be actually a genius idea, bro. Yo, I think in the future, yo, I might gotta be the first person to ever do this, bro. There's never been a creator, there's never been a content creator out there, right? Who's built a skyscraper to the moon. Yo, imagine the views on that, yo. That's Mr. Beast numbers, bro. I'm talking a crazy screenshots how saying I built a skyscraper to the moon.
I think the Middle East is exactly where we need to go. So let's buy one Gulfstream G650 for each day of the year and fly across the world.
Okay?
Welcome to the Arabian Peninsula, where people will build literally anything. The world's biggest picture frame, the world's largest clock, the massivest cube, the tallest structure ever, man-made sinking islands shaped after the world map from memory. These are cool. Let's build an even bigger artificial island for 20 billion.
Yeah.
Of course, we can't forget about labor cost, so for that, let's budget in $10. Then let's buy every single one of those mega projects I just showed you for a total donation of $101,292,000,000 and $10 to our Middle Eastern boys. But while you're here, take a look at the Burj Khalifa, the current tallest building.
You can't just buy countries, bro. You talking about buy a country? You can't just hold up. I like how he said, bro. He said labor is $10, bro. That's actually y'all don't get that, bro. Because he put him in Saudi Arabia, they don't pay him nothing out there, gang. Yo, they pay him probably chump change and pennies to build that. They just work to try to make ends meet for the family, bro. While meanwhile we're out here building islands for fun skis, right? And we got $1 trillion and we mad rich. Yo, I think having $1 trillion would be a curse, bro. Now, the reason I say this is because like every celebrity or every person or every rich person, not even celebrity, right? Every rich person with status and power, when they get too much money, they get bored, nothing good ever happens, and they end up doing something bad. That's not facts. That's not facts. It literally happens every time.
If you gave me $1 trillion,
I'd feel I'm saying, bro, if you sat me down today and gave me $1 trillion again, yo, I don't know what I would do. That's the thing. It's like you don't have like, then you have to really find your purpose, bro. Because money can't be the purpose. Like with creating content, right? I'll still create, bro. If I had $1 trillion, I would just create better content, and that's facts. Because that's what I'm passionate about, and that's what I like doing, bro. I would do a lot more stuff. You feel me? You got higher budget. I would do a lot more stuff. Like if I had $1 trillion right now, you gotta really find your purpose. Because then once you get that money, it's like, dang, bro. Let me keep going.
Building in the world. If you were to stack $1 bills to the very top, the tower would be worth $7.58 million.
Yeah.
You still need to spend 87,000 times that. A stack so high it would go past the International Space Station. If you ever want to spend this money, you need to stop thinking in real estate and start thinking in 51st state.
What?
Do you see where I'm going with this? Buy a country. In 2010,
Oh,
the country of
you was
Liechtenstein
onto
put itself on
something.
Airbnb
I know you
at
could do that.
$70,000 a night. This is literally nothing. You can't be looking at countries hoeing themselves out for.
Oh, what's this?
If you give me $1 trillion, I'm ordering everything from McDonald's, everything from Chipotle, everything from Chick-fil-A.
I was just talking about this, right? I was just having this argument in class, bro. If I was rich, there's no way I'd be fat. Now look,
in one sitting.
now I know that's you, right? You would be, if you're rich, you just said you'd buy from so much fast food places and you'd be fat, right? If I'm rich, bro, but I would want to live as long as I could if I was rich, bro. So I try to be as healthy if I could, you know what I'm saying? So I can further kind of do more of my riches and just live longer, bro. You know what I'm saying? Is that not bad though? Keep going, bro. My bad. Let me actually lock in, bro. I don't know why we can't lock in.
Clip material.
Pennies. You need the ultimate prize. Somewhere cooler. Somewhere strategic. Let's buy Greenland.
What?
Based on the market price of its mineral reserves, the world's biggest island has a price tag of around 200 billion. We can afford that. But there's one small thing.
I don't mean to keep pausing the video, right? This is literally what Trump is setting his eyes on, bro. I don't know if y'all see this, bro. Trump is he's trying to get Greenland. He has a strong interest in acquiring Greenland, claiming it is vital for US national security to prevent Russia and China.
During Trump's first term, when he proposed the conquest of Greenland, the country dismissed the idea as completely ridiculous and firmly stated that Greenland is not for sale. Huh. Let's buy an F-35 for $80 million.
Oh, okay.
2 F-35s. 3, 10, 100. 2 aircraft carriers, 3 destroyer ships, 1 ballistic missile submarine, 57,000 Blackwater soldiers, 1 for every citizen of Greenland. Now we have a $50 billion makeshift military, and it looks like Greenland's for sale after all.
Oh snap, we got a whole bunch of stuff.
By this point in your trillionaire spending spree, people are starting to take notice. Your exploits might not have hit TikTok yet, but rumblings are beginning behind closed governmental doors. Luckily for you, there's not much politicians can say once you own them. Buy a politician. We got Trump here for $1.5 billion. Kamala is almost $2 billion, but you do get a free Joe Biden. Let's buy up both of those and every sitting member of the Senate and House for a grand total of $7.2 billion for the entirety of American politics. This is a great deal, but there's a catch. Money influences politics, but it doesn't always decide it. I mean, look at the presidential race. Democrats outspent Republicans and still lost because $2 billion can't buy aura. More recently,
you could buy politicians? Yo, I didn't even know you could do that. What the beep? Yo, I didn't even know you could do that stuff, bro. Yo, I might gotta be honest something, gang. I might gotta be the first. Yo, has anyone even thought about that? Yo, I'm generally gonna be the first.
So slavery still exists?
Not particularly. Right? That's how I'm going to become president one day. I just ran the method, bro. I'm just gonna buy politicians and then I'm gonna make them do some dumb stuff so then I win the vote. But I just gotta come up on $1 trillion first. If I can get $1 trillion, then I'll be chilling, bro. That's the first goal we gotta reach.
Elon dropped millions of dollars campaigning for an election in Wisconsin, only to find out that shit no longer works when everyone hates you. Even BlackRock doesn't always get what they want.
What is BlackRock?
$1 trillion gives you access to almost everything. But culture and public perception are things that are not for sale. Just kidding.
We don't run ads on y'all.
Media company. The Washington Post, Time Magazine, the New York Times, Comcast, Fox. Global ad spend for an entire year is around $1 trillion. That averages.
He's buying everything? What? He's buying everything, every media company? Yo, are we... Yo, I can't lie, bro. If you had $1 trillion, you could really, like, change the world, like, in a bad way. So you could be like you could be the next, feel me? You could probably be the next Speck in the Deutsch, bro. Not even trolling, that's serious.
To $3 billion a day. So let's run 1 week straight of propaganda and we should be good. But if you're still getting heat, there's one final method you can use. A donation a day. Keeps the guillotine away. It's time for philanthropy. There are a lot of causes to choose from, but you should start off with the people most in need. The US government. America is currently $36 trillion broker than a homeless person. That number is increasing by $2 trillion a year. Luckily, we now have you. $220 billion honestly isn't gonna do much, but it's definitely gonna help. Assuming, of course, that the US government.
You have lost the whole plot if you think I have $1 trillion and I'm gonna give it back to the US government. You've lost the whole plot. You've lost the whole plot if you think that even comes to my mind or like is an idea I think of. Yo, I want you to actually take
government efficiently manages a $250 billion cash injection. You might be wondering how you're going to send the money. And the answer is pay.gov, an official website where you can make donations to the US government to reduce the public debt. So let's just enter in your $220 billion right here and...
Oh, you can't.
Turns out the maximum amount the Treasury accepts is only $1 million. You just bought the government a bag of screws from Lockheed Martin. Maybe your money will put a bigger dent into medical debt. See, unlike the government, broke people dying of cancer aren't allowed to print more money to pay off their crippling obligations. Instead, their unpaid debts get sold off to collections for pennies on the dollar. But because of this discount, charities like Undo Medical Debt can erase $100 worth of debt for every $1 donation they receive. And with that ratio, you could wipe out all the medical debt in the US for just $2.2 billion. But what about world hunger? The UN estimated it would take $40 billion each year to end world hunger by 2030. We could afford that. Next, how about we help out malnourished and starving college students? Student loan debt in the US totals $1.
Whoa, you can't just clickbait me like that. I thought it was gonna say starving African kids, bro. I don't know against like college students, man. He just showed an African kid on the screen. He showed Mr. Beast giving food to an African kid. Man, that's not, come on. You can't just clickbait me.
0.777 trillion, with the government loaning out 87.2 billion a year. But before we try to attack this, there's a slight problem. Once universities catch wind that trillionaire Jesus is bailing out their victims, they'll probably just jack up their prices. On top of that, paying off loans might be seen as unfair to older generations who had to pay their way through college and pick themselves up by their bootstraps. Turns out philanthropy isn't as easy as it seems.
It's not easy. Building Amazon was not easy. Philanthropy is very similar. It's really hard.
I agree with Jeff here. Let's just buy another $500 million yacht.
Yo, this video, like, it's taking it all over the place, bro. I wasn't even thinking he was gonna go like this when he said, could you spend $1 trillion? You can talk about buying yachts, fighter jets, countries, African kids, politicians, everything, bro. You said about everything, man. I didn't even know he was gonna get to these different types of topics and points in that, man.
That's enough philanthropy for today. You still have 60 billion left, and I think I know how to spend it. It might be semi-cheating, but hear me out. 37% of Americans can't afford an unexpected purchase over $400.
Yeah.
Being a trillionaire, your passive income earns you $400 every 0.126 seconds. The median net worth under 35 is $39,000. As a trillionaire, you can exchange your toilet paper with rolls of $39,000 bills for your entire lifetime and it wouldn't put a dent in your finances. Yeah. $1 trillion gives you horizons incomprehensible to the normal paycheck-to-paycheck living human. Even after your spending spree, you still have so much money left that it gives you too many options. You could launch space programs, clean up the ocean, fund institutions. 24 hours just isn't enough time for this much fun. So let's buy more time. Make yourself a trust and safely store your money in it. Now, all of those humanity-shifting endeavors, you can sleep on them. On the world's most expensive bed.
Oh, snap. Dang, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest, bro. That's actually a decent, like, that video is kind of decent, bro. It makes me, like, kind of think now, like, well, what's the, like, makes me think, like, it makes me kind of feel like, dang, bro, if when I get $1 trillion, you know, like, what am I gonna do with it? I gotta figure that out now. I gotta start planning that out now, bro, because when I hit $1 trillion again, we don't know what we doing. Just giving it out. I mean, chill, bro. When you hit $1 trillion, like, I might have to go island on them, bro. I might cop an island.